Hey warrior, watch any circle of men trying to win attention and you'll notice the same ritual repeat itself. You'll see the competition, the performance, the desperate attempt to be impressive. One man flashes his expensive phone. Another brags about the car he drives. Someone else is busy flexing how much weight he can lift. All of them scrambling to appear like the most fascinating man in the room. But then your eyes land on him, the one sitting quietly, arms folded, completely composed. While the rest behave like performers in a circus, he observes in silence, calm, rooted, untouched. And here's what shocks you. The person they're all trying to impress? Her attention keeps drifting back to him. Not the loud ones, not the showmen, the silent one. Why? Because he carries something they don't. Something you cannot fake, cannot purchase, and cannot pick up overnight. Something so uncommon now that it instantly separates him from every other man competing for recognition. This trait has nothing to do with money, nothing to do with physical appearance, nothing to do with fame or achievements. Yet it destroys all those things in power. Most men never discover it because they're too busy chasing everything that doesn't matter, too busy trying to be noticed instead of learning how to be valued. But once you grasp it, once you grow it inside yourself, everything shifts. What that quiet man possessed was what ancient Romans called gravitas, a presence that commands respect without ever asking for it. The ability to influence without force, to lead without needing applause. Every emperor, every king, every genuinely powerful man understood this energy. Weak men never do, because they're too busy filling the air with noise to understand the dominance of silence. The world we live in doesn't reward this trait openly, but it's the difference between men who beg for respect and men who naturally receive it. Machiavelli wrote of leaders who controlled entire realms simply by entering a room, men who could stop conflicts without lifting their voice, men whose very presence generated loyalty without speeches or promises. It wasn't magic, it wasn't coincidence, it was deep psychological mastery. Today I'm going to reveal exactly what this trait is and how to cultivate it. But listen carefully, this cannot be faked. It cannot be imitated. It must be built from the inside, forged through discipline and self-command. Now drop this in the comments. My silence is my strength. Number 1. Most men bounce through life like emotional ping-pong balls. Someone insults them, they explode. Someone criticizes them, they immediately defend. Someone tries to trigger them, they react without fail. This makes them predictable, easily manipulated, simple to control. Strong men build something different. They develop emotional immunity. They don't allow other people's moods or words to disturb their internal balance. They stay steady no matter what chaos swirls around them. Machiavelli once wrote, "A prince ought to have no other aim or thought than war and its organization." Today, the war for a man is the battle for emotional command. Every day, someone will try to shake you, challenge you, pull a reaction out of you. Your task is to remain unmoved. This doesn't mean becoming cold or robotic. It means choosing when to show emotion and which emotion to show. When someone throws an insult at you in public, you don't snap back. You pause, you breathe, you give a calm response or a subtle smile. That controlled, intentional reaction is far more powerful than any yelling match. It reveals that you cannot be provoked, that you operate from a higher plane. People respect what they cannot control. When you show that their attempts to shake you fail, you instantly rise in their eyes. No. 2. Weak men feel the need to be everywhere, every party, every chat, every event. They think being seen equals being important. They're mistaken. Powerful men understand the dark psychology of absence. They know that being selective with their presence creates value. You don't need to attend every gathering. You don't need to respond instantly to every message. You don't need to jump into every conversation. Sometimes your absence is louder than your presence. Machiavelli warned that people judge more by what they see than by what they understand. When you're constantly visible, you become ordinary. When you appear selectively, you become intriguing. This dynamic plays out everywhere. The friend who is always available becomes unappreciated. The one who appears occasionally becomes special. The man who replies instantly looks eager. The man who replies when he chooses looks valuable. Scarcity creates desire. Availability creates disrespect. Withdraw strategically. Leave events while the energy is still high. End conversations before they drag. Show up just enough to be remembered, never enough to be taken for granted. Number 3. Most men speak endlessly. They fill silence with noise. They offer opinions no one asked for. They comment on everything, trying to seem relevant. But confident men understand a darker truth. Words are weapons, and you never waste weapons on meaningless battles. Before you speak, ask yourself, does this add anything? Am I the right person to say this? Is this the right moment? If the answer isn't yes, stay silent. Machiavelli said you can judge a leader by the people he surrounds himself with. I say you can judge a man by the ratio of how much he listens versus how much he talks. Silence multiplies your power. People listen more carefully when you finally speak. They assume your thoughts have weight. They reveal more to you because you're not fighting for attention. Talkers blend into the background. Quiet thinkers stand out effortlessly. This doesn't mean becoming antisocial. It means becoming intentional. Speak when it counts. Speak when someone truly needs your insight. Speak when the moment benefits from your voice, not just because you crave noise. Number 4. Most men obsess over what to say, yet ignore what they broadcast with their body. But real influence is mostly nonverbal. Your posture speaks before your mouth. Your eyes communicate before your expression. Your energy enters the room before you do. Machiavelli wrote, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. You experience what you truly are." Your physical presence sets the stage for how people treat you. Stand tall, not arrogantly, but decisively. Keep your shoulders back and your chin level. Walk with purpose. Move slowly and deliberately. Give eye contact without trying to overpower. When someone speaks to you, face them fully. Don't fidget. Don't glance at your phone. Don't shift nervously. Small actions reveal huge truths. Whether you respect yourself, whether you're grounded, whether you expect others to take you seriously. Weak men shrink into their bodies. Strong men inhabit their bodies fully. Mastering your presence creates influence. Before you open your mouth. Number 5. Most men cling desperately to results. They need the date to succeed. They need the conversation to go perfectly. They need people to approve of them. This neediness leaks from them and repels the world. Strong men cultivate something else. They learn to care without clinging. They give effort without begging. They want things without collapsing. If they don't get them, Machiavelli said, "Fortune is a woman, and one who seeks to master her must force her, but true mastery comes from not needing to control her at all." When you are detached, you perform better. You become more attractive. You appear confident without trying. In dating, the man who needs approval suffocates the interaction. The man who's genuinely curious but emotionally detached becomes irresistible. In social groups, the man who seeks validation bends himself into a puppet. The man who stays rooted in himself draws others without effort. Detachment doesn't mean apathy. It means giving your best and letting the outcome be whatever it becomes. When you stop grasping, more things fall into your hands naturally. Number 6. Weak men have no internal anchor. Their mood shifts with the weather. Their confidence rises and falls with other people's opinions. Their energy is dictated by external events. Strong men create their own internal center. Their calm comes from within. Their confidence comes from self-belief. Their peace comes from deep personal alignment. Machiavelli warned that preferring ideals over reality leads to ruin. You cannot control the world. You can only control your response to it. Inner stability comes from knowing exactly who you are, from having standards, from having principles, from trusting your own judgment. Cultivate this stability daily. Train your body, sharpen your mind, spend time alone. Build skills that make you truly confident. A man with inner stability does not need validation. He does not need perfect circumstances. He does not need others to make him feel whole. This stability is magnetic. People gravitate toward those who remain calm in storms. Number 7. Most men have no control over their intensity. They're either overly aggressive or completely passive, always too much or too little. Strong men learn controlled intensity, the ability to shift their energy with precision. They can be silent and observant when needed, but fierce and decisive when action matters. Machiavelli said a ruler must be both fox and lion, the fox to detect traps, the lion to frighten wolves. Modern men must master both energies. In casual moments, you stay relaxed. In important moments, you become laser-focused. In crisis, you stay calm but decisive. You don't waste powerful energy on petty situations. And you don't bring laziness to important decisions. This control makes you effective, respected and unpredictable in the best way. People admire men who know when to strike and when to stay still. Now you understand what most men will never figure out. Real confidence is not loud. It's not flashy. It's not about being the center of attention. Real confidence is deep, internal, unshakable. It's emotional immunity. It's controlled intensity. It's presence without performance. This is what Machiavelli understood about power. This is what every truly formidable man throughout history knew. Your strength comes from within. Your peace comes from self-mastery. Your respect comes from discipline, not validation. Starting today, observe your reactions. Watch how often you speak versus how often you listen. Notice your posture, your energy, your tone. Study your own presence. Most men will continue begging for attention. They will keep performing like actors. They will stay emotionally unstable. They will chase approval until the day they die. But you can choose differently. You can build gravitas. You can embody quiet strength. You can command respect without a single word. Your silence is your power. Your stability is your weapon. Your controlled intensity is your advantage. Use them with purpose. The real question now is this: are you finally willing to stop acting like you don't already know who you are? You don't need to shout. You don't need to force anything. Your presence will be unforgettable, even in your quietest moments. If you're tired of letting others pull the strings of your life, tap like. If you're ready to rise to a level where no one can shake you, hit subscribe. You're done asking for approval. It's time to claim what has always belonged to you.